it's Lisa. Thank you for joining me. I've got a new idea, and I'm actually doing this as my Sweet Pea Curiosities design team project. So what we're going to be making, and this will be kind of fun, something a little different. We're going to be making a grocery list holder, or a list holder. Doesn't just have to be for groceries. And I just think it would be something pretty to have instead of in your kitchen of having this clunky old grocery list thing. You can hide the pad, and if you have a holder of some sort of papers or anything in your kitchen, you can just set it upright and it'll be pretty sticking up out of your holder. It'll be fun. Trust me, it's going to be fun. So what do you need? You're going to need a manila file folder. Just the regular 8.5 by 11 size is fine, but if all you have on hand is a legal size, that's probably fine too. You're going to need papers of some sort. What I'm using is a kit from Sweet Pea Curiosities that I will link below. This is a super pretty kit of just some, I would call them shabby chic style papers, just very muted backgrounds, which is perfect for this project because it just makes for a wonderful backdrop. Look at how beautiful. I'm getting spring fever so bad, you guys. Really bad. I don't know why this year more so than ever. Maybe I'm just partially sick of the whole C word. Oh, look at this one. This is one of my favorites. Just beautiful. And that one has a little paisley in the background. This one to me has a little more of a bohemian vibe to it. So these are the papers that we're going to use for the decoration of the folder itself. Now you will also need, if you want it to close and stay closed, what I'm planning on using are magnets. You could probably do something with Velcro too, but you'd have to do it slightly different than how I'm going to do this, so you would just want to plan ahead a little bit. But these I just got off Amazon. They're super slim. I'll show you when I get to the point of using them. You'll also want to have on hand some kind of papers to make your list pad. You can use scrap paper, that's what we junk journalers do. Or I was thinking of maybe making some of these and giving them as gifts. I've had this pad of paper for a long time. I got this quite a while ago at, who's got the DCWV? Is that Michael's? Anyway, that's where I got this. So this has not only maps and text like that, but it also has some ledger and grid papers. I think this is the one that I will use. I'm going to shut my phone off or watch my kids will call. Whoops. So this is the one that I will use. But I also pulled this one just as another example of what you could use if you didn't want to use scratch paper. But there are these pads that you can buy on sale at either Joann's or Michael's or Hobby Lobby. This one is from Hobby Lobby, I believe. And they just have an array of paper prints inside, and you can easily still keep a list on these. Look, there's even paper that is like notebook paper. So there's ledger paper in here, all kinds of stuff. Wouldn't that be cute? So that just gives you another idea. I just pulled that. Wet your whistle a little bit. Then I'm going to also put the pad inside a piece of cardstock and fold that over the top. So you'll need one piece of cardstock. I just grabbed both these pads because I wasn't sure yet what color. I can tell by looking at the kit now that I am not going to want this one. So just eliminated that right out of the gate. So we've got our pads of paper, and then I'm also going to use some vellum. This pad of vellum happens to be from the Tim Holtz Ideology. It's the wallflower print, but just in vellum rather than the scrapbook paper. If you don't have the Tim Holtz, you can use whatever vellum you might have on hand that coordinates with the papers that you want to use to decorate your folder. You can also, if you have vellum that you can print on, you could just print the digital right on vellum and use that. Just as another idea. See, the ideas are endless. Sorry if I just bumped the camera. I think I did. Oh, the other thing that you're going to need if you're doing it with magnets, maybe not so much if you're going to do it with, to make it with Velcro, is you're going to need some lace. I'm not sure if this is the lace I'm absolutely going to use, but it's the one I have in mind for now. Okay, so how are we going to do this? First, I started out with my manila file folder. And what I wanted was to keep this piece here, so I had the file folder tab part to stick in the holder in the kitchen. So I just cut that part off, and I ended up with this. Now when you cut this off, I just cut it off just barely after this dip here. We'll do it in a second. But then you're left with a little piece here that sticks up. So I just cut that off and rounded it. I'll show you how I did that. So then you're just left with this, which we can always use that for something else at another time. All right, so here's how I did this. Just put it in here and then lined it up so it's about the same width away as this. You can measure it and be specific, or you can just wing it and go about things like I do. So there's my piece. And this is what I meant about having that other little edge sticking up there. You just want to lop that off so that when you go to use your corner rounder, then it's not interfering. So now I have a rounded corner so it looks like it was meant to be. All right, I'm gonna set this one aside because I made notes on this one. I just needed such a visual learner that as I was thinking through how I'm going to do this, I needed to write on here my plan. You're not going to see the writing anyway. So when this will have a magnet either on the outside here or on the inside here. I haven't decided yet. And then there will be a magnet on top of the pad here. And then I just put my measurements for my paper pad page sizes on here, so I have that in mind. But this is what we will be decorating. So the kit, this is where it really gets hard because these pages are so stinking pretty. I could not make up my mind. I kind of thought about this because it might be kind of neat if when the person who has this is done with the paper pad, but what are they going to use this for again anyway? Why am I worried about that? I don't know. I was going to say you could have the little birdie underneath the pad. It doesn't matter, Lisa. Now I'm overthinking. So let's find another piece to go inside. Gosh, pick one. It doesn't matter. They're all beautiful. They are all beautiful. This one can go inside, and then we're going to need, oh, this can go on the back. Wouldn't that be cute on the back? Let's do that. So back inside front, and then I need one. Well, I can probably, yes, I can use the same piece of paper, I think. We'll see. Once I cut these edges off, I think I might be able to use the other half, but it's going to be close. If not, we'll grab another one. All right. First things first, get that out of the way. Second thing second, I'm going to bring my cutter back over so you can just see. We need to cut the white edges off our DigiCat, just to get that out of the way. I probably should have done this beforehand so you didn't have to watch me do all of them, but I don't know. It's so hard to know how much you want to see or how much you'd rather I just skipped over. If you don't want to see all of this, just fast forward in the video, I guess. Some people like to see the whole shebang. Whoa, okay. Why do I make this so difficult on myself? I just love the delicate look of these papers. So feminine. And we don't care what our husbands think about having a feminine list pad in the kitchen, do we? I don't. I'm the one making it. I get to pick. If he wants me to make one for him, I'll be more than happy to. Although I can't imagine him coming to me saying, hey, can you make me a paper pad holder, pretty paper pad holder? That'd be new and different. So I'm trying to think what has been going on here since I was last with you. Not a tremendous amount. We've had some really funky weather, but I think a lot of areas have had some funky weather. Ours has consisted of, well, first we had a squall. Let me tell you, in Wisconsin, we don't normally have a squall. When the Weather Bureau said we were having a squall, everybody was like, I don't even know what that is. So there was that. That was just a few hours in one evening. It was really weird. So beyond that, what else did we have going on? I'm going to put this in the back and just measure out how I want to do this. And then the other night, we had, what night was that? I'm filming this on Wednesday. This was on Monday night, I believe. We had freezing rain and snow. So it's been interesting. Maybe that, all of this, I'll just blame the weather on my need for spring all of a sudden. Oh, I know what I haven't shared with you guys. One of our dogs is gonna have puppies. So super excited for that. I mean, because who doesn't love puppies? So I just mark out where I need to cut rather than, I'd rather do that than measure. So this will go on the back. I can already tell I need to shave off just a skosh more. Barely. So yeah, she'll have her puppies, which all her babies are already spoken for. What are they due? March 12th? So that'll be 2 months of busyness in our household. I think before I start gluing down, I'm going to just do all the measuring first. Pardon me. Sorry if you see my head sticking in the video. Just thought of that. So here's where we'll see if this is going to still be enough paper to fit on the other side. Let's see first if that fits. Perfect. And I think I want more of the pink to be up to the top, so I think I'll cut off the top here. Hope you can see, I'm kind of doing this in a real janky fashion. But this is kind of fun because it's just something that you can whip up for a friend as a little gift, or put it inside their card, or just let them know you're thinking of them. All right, so that'll go there. Then let's see if this one's gonna fit here. And what I'm doing is I'm measuring, is I'm leaving this fold of the manila, folder. You know what, you guys? It's just a tad too narrow. I suspected that might happen. But, no, we haven't cut this one yet. Getting ahead of myself. Pick another paper, Lisa. So on this one, look at this. Ooh. Or do I want, I think I want this. I'm just thinking of the vellum I'm gonna put on it. Sorry, now you gotta watch me cut white off another one. But yeah, it's just, you can whip these up, gift it to a friend. If you're gonna go to a little get together of your girlfriends, you can make a few of them. If you're gonna have a little wine get together or something, they can make their favorite wine lists. Or if you got a book club that gets together. So see what I did? I'm going to cut it on this side. Come on. And then I'm going to flip it over and cut off this portion I don't need. Awesome. Now I've got all these beautiful scraps. Okay, let me move that out of the way. Oh, and I didn't cut. So sorry. I was just on the phone earlier with my mom, and I was just telling her, I know how when you just have one of those days where you just don't have your act together. Today is one of those days for me. Just don't seem to have my act together. Okay. This should be the last piece I have to cut, because this is our front piece. I'm gonna cut this one off first. Cookie, stop licking. Should just stink-eyed me. I can't stand the sound of dogs or cats licking. It just drives me bananas. Everybody's got a pet peeve. That one's mine. Okay. So let's get our scrap paper down. So I'm going to put this here. I'm going to do the back one first. Look at cute little birds singing in this cage. Okay. I think I'm going to use the art glitter glue for this. Ooh, you can tell I haven't been crafting for a while. I don't know, I've just kind of, normally I'm wanting to get in here and craft every day, and I think I just needed a little break, but now I feel like I need to get at it again. There we go. Okay. Oops. I like to get it right up to the edge so that edge sticks down really good. And of course, when I get on camera with all my crafting friends, I start to go crooked because I'm always in a hurry. And then I just do this for good measure because it makes me feel good. You probably wouldn't even need to do that, but in my head I do. Okay, let's make sure our little birdie's right side up. Good thing I checked. And because this is art glitter glue, make sure you are putting it down exactly where you're going to be needing it, because it sticks so well. And you're not going to get it to move again. Oh, for heavenly days. Okay. That is good and stuck. You can also use an old card. Make sure you don't have any bumps in your glue. And while, or before, not while, before I move on, you've now got these little, I'm hoping you can see this, these little dips where the folder was. I'm just going to cut around that. And I've got just a bit of overhang, so I'm going to cut that too. same with over here. There we go. That's our back. I love it already. Okay, now we will put this on the back, like so. Okay. Same thing as before. It's right side up and upside down, just so I have that in my head. I just did that because this is where the dips are. Okay, put the needle in here and get ready to put this on. Okay, so here's the area that we're going to cut off. Pearl, what are you doing? Okay, so there's that part. Now I do have a little bit of overhang, but you won't see that when I ink. So it's all good. Now this side, I think I want the green on top. I do. How is it that this piece of paper is too wide? Lisa Michelle. Who knows what I did? Who knows? Okay. Green at the top. Pretty. Perfect. I forgot to check the time. Typical. Here's the dippy part. A little for extra measure. And stick it on. Isn't this going to be pretty? Have fun. I have a normal notepad when you can have a pretty one. A pretty one that you made. And for me, all the things that I'm using are things that I had on hand. I did get the DigiKit, but I mean, you can use a digital kit or papers that you already have too. Awesome. I love it. Okay, so there's our back. Now let's do the front. Just double checking my cuts. Lovely. They're pretty already. Stop admiring and just do, Lisa. Okay. Now, I don't want any glue overage, I guess is what I'm trying to say, to get on that back sheet, so I'm opening it up. Perfect again. Okay. We're going to have to do some cutting. I should have my little fussy cut size scissors. It's just easier to get in those grooves. And there we have it. There's that portion. Now, wondering if I should just go ahead and glue that right away, or ink it, I mean. Ink, glue, whatever. I'm gonna do that. I'm just using Vintage Photo. It's my typical go-to inking color. I'm going to fold it back so I can get this, where you see the manila folder. And then I'm going to come back up over on this side. That's the inside. Let's do the back. You don't have to ink. This is just personal preference. You do you. Or if you know that your friend you're making it for likes that grungy look or that aged vintage look, then go ahead and ink. almost there. Okay, we've got our whole base piece inked. Now, let's think about how, let me get back to the back of this pad here. Woo, it doesn't wanna cooperate. I like to be able to see the vellum better if I put, so that green piece would be really pretty. And then we're just, you know what? It's like the perfect size too. How bizarre. I might do that. I like the contrast of that green. So we can do one pocket like that. And I was thinking about maybe a deeper one on the bottom. I was thinking about this one for on the bottom. And I think that's what I'm going to do. Is there more of a rose? Yes, there is. I know exactly which one I want. This one. Okay. Okay, that one. And I'm just going to pull these out. It'll just be easier to cut rather than, I was thinking about trying to do it in the pad, but why make life more crazy than it already is? Yes, that, look at that. Couldn't be any more perfect. If it tried, I'm in love. Okay. I'm going to just use my cutter because then it will be straight. And I don't have to worry about my crooked cutting. Making sure I'm even. Oh my goodness, I couldn't grab it. So we've got this piece. Love, 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 love. Okay, thinking about how do I want to adhere that. I'm noodling while I'm doing. I'm noodle-doing. Pearl, stop. What are you doing? She's chewing on her foot. On earth. Girlfriend. Hey, Pearl. What are you doing? She looks at me like, I don't know, just doing dog stuff. Okay. I probably shouldn't have put that away so soon. What I'm thinking of doing, the reason why I'm hesitating, and you're like, get on with it, is I'm thinking about sewing the vellum on a piece of heavier paper. I don't want to use this cardstock because it's a little much. And then this, I'm just trying to figure out how deep I want my pockets. because then my thought is you can stick your coupons in the pockets, and that kind of thing. I thought that would be a nice little idea. And where's my pencil? I think what I will do is I will cut it off right there. Can I even see that? Yes. And then I need to make it the same width as this little guy. Okay. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to set these aside for now. The other thing I could do, that might work out really well, in fact. I think this is what I will do. I'll sew it off camera. Oh, but I'm not going to have a scrap big enough. It will for that one, but not for this one. By Jove. But okay, so I will cut these and glue and sew them. Well, why don't I just go ahead and glue this so you can see how I do that. I think what I'll do. And I'm going to use the Art Glitter Glue because it, actually, do I want to use Fabri-Tac? I'm going to use Fabri-Tac. It dries nice and clear. And I think with the vellum, it holds just a little better. Can you hear our pregnant mama in the background? She is the best at being dramatic when she's expecting babies. This is going to be her third and last litter. Yeah, she's a drama queen when it comes to having babies. Can you hear that? Oh my goodness sakes. See what I mean? My husband is sitting with her. She has him so wrapped around her finger. If dogs had fingers, it's ridiculous. I'm going to just let that dry. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so I will do this one off camera, and what I'll do is just sew around, I think around all the edges might be kind of cute. And then I'll glue the pockets on to this piece. So the next thing that we need to make is the actual notepad. So what I'm going to do is, this is a great stopping point. I'm going to stop the camera, and when we come back again, we will finish working on our grocery list pad. Thanks for joining me. I hope you have a great day. If you have questions, please put them in the comments below. Like the video so that others can find it as well. And if you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. I love to get to know my subbies. Again, have a great day.